Howard's Devours?
What are we making? Howard's Devours?
Howard's Devours. You know why? Because you'll devour them. That's not French. None of this is true. Hors d'oeuvres. I can't have anybody out there thinking that I really say Howard's Devours. That's crazy. Hey y'all, it's Brooke. I'm in the Delish test kitchen, and we get to make the king of easy appetizers. Stuffed mushrooms. Stuffed mushrooms are what you make when you want your friends and family to think that you're still a little bit fancy, but a little bit down to earth at the same time. This is our most popular holiday appetizer on all of Delish.com. So get excited with me. Let's make some stuffed mushrooms. The best part about stuffed mushrooms, they're like little edible cups of stuffing, which makes them absolutely perfect. So I'm the mashed potato queen of my household. My boyfriend is the stuffing prince, and my father is the king of stuffed mushrooms. He used to always have them ready for our big Christmas dinners. He would buy them pre-made, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna make them for real this time. Stuffed mushrooms are actually really, really easy. And I think the only thing you need to know is what kind of mushroom to use. You don't want to use something like a shiitake mushroom or an oyster mushroom. You need a mushroom with a good, solid cap to it. So your best bets are gonna be a cremini mushroom or a white button mushroom, so you have plenty of space to scoop out those gills and insides and fill it with good stuffing. Mushrooms can low-key be really dirty when you get them from the grocery store. It's a fungus, they grow close to the ground, it's not their fault. All you have to do is clean them when you get home. Super simple, just run the mushrooms under cold water for just a second, then use a damp paper towel to dislodge some of that dirt off of the mushroom cap. Make sure you check underneath because some dirt will be hiding under there too. After you get your mushrooms all clean and dirt free, the next thing you're gonna do is just pop the stems off and scoop the gills out. Then you're gonna put them on a greased baking tray. All right, we're gonna start working on our filling. The first step is to start chopping up those mushroom stems and some garlic. For the chopped mushrooms, you wanna get them pretty small because they need to fit inside the mushroom cap. So you don't want any huge chunks of mushrooms hanging out in there. You wanna make sure they're all about this big. Might take a minute, but it's worth it. Now it's time to cook the filling for the stuffed mushrooms. We're not cooking all the filling, we're only cooking the mushrooms that we chopped up. Those have to cook down for about 5 minutes just so we can draw out some of that moisture. Then we'll do the garlic and the breadcrumbs.
Hey Brooke, got a question for you. Kevin wants to know, can you overcook mushrooms?
Ah, Kevin, that's a very good question. To be honest, no, not really. You can definitely burn mushrooms, but I've even seen experiments online where people cook mushrooms and keep going, and they kind of just plateau and they stay at this level of umami delightfulness. So as you can see, the mushrooms are starting to release some of their liquid, which is exactly what we wanted. So if you put wet stuffing inside of your mushroom caps, you're gonna get some sog. And we don't like sog. A little butter, garlic, and the breadcrumbs just to get them a little bit toasty before we mix them with the rest of our filling ingredients. Last thing we need to do before this goes into the rest of our mixture is just season it. So hit it with a pinch of salt and some pepper, and then it'll be ready for the rest of the ingredients.
Got our thyme.
Now what we're gonna do is combine that mushroom mixture with our cream cheese, parm, parsley, and thyme.
Hey Brooke!
Yeah?
Nancy has a quick question for you.
Okay.
She wants to know, should you cook the mushrooms a bit before stuffing them?
I'm assuming she's talking about the vessel mushroom and not the filling mushroom. And I'm gonna say no. I don't think you have to do that. It's gonna get all the cook it needs in the oven. And the most important thing is that you just cook that filling out so the filling doesn't make the overall mushroom too soggy, but the actual mushroom itself, you should be fine just sticking it right in the oven with the filling in there without cooking it first. Our stuffing's all blended up. Last thing we have to do is actually stuff the stuffed mushrooms. Who would have thought, right? This task is perfect for little ones with little hands who can fit stuffing into little mushroom caps. So feel free to get your family involved in this part. All you're gonna do is take a scoop with your cookie scoop and add it to the mushroom. If you got some extra space, feel free to add extra filling. All right, we're just gonna fill all these mushroom caps up, top it with a little bit of extra parm, and then bake it at 400 for about 18 to 20 minutes.
Brooke, we got one final question for you. Gus wants to know, can you make the stuffed mushrooms ahead of time?
Yeah, you can, absolutely. Especially if like the holidays everything's kind of hectic and you don't really have the stove space, this is definitely one of those things you can make about 2 days ahead. Just pre-stuff the mushrooms, don't bake them off or anything, stuff them, wrap them up in plastic wrap, stick them in the fridge, and then you can bake them off when you're ready.
What about freezing?
Yeah, that too. Same steps, just stuff the mushrooms ahead of time and wrap them up super tight, and you can freeze them for about 3 months before they need to go into the oven. I'm so excited to eat these. The breadcrumbs on top are nice and crispy, then you get that Parmesan on there. I love anything that I can eat in one bite, first of all. The filling with the extra mushroom in there is nice and earthy, and the mushrooms are perfectly cooked. They're nice and tender, so you get that nice earthiness from the actual mushroom itself. You get some herbs in there. I can definitely taste the thyme we put in, and the parsley. You get like a nice little nutty salt from the Parmesan we put on top. All in all, this is 10 out of 10, and way too easy to not have on your holiday table. The real best part about stuffed mushrooms is that this is just the baseline. You can add whatever you want to these. Delish has crab stuffed mushrooms, crab and artichoke stuffed mushrooms. You could add spinach, you could add mashed potatoes. You could actually do whatever you want. These are your mushrooms, it's your kitchen, you're in charge. But wait, there's more. I have something really serious to talk to you guys about, and that's leftover stuffed mushrooms. If you've somehow managed to not eat all of your stuffed mushrooms the day they were made, that's okay, don't fret. You can absolutely use stuffed mushrooms to make amazing leftovers. All you have to do is just chop them up, saute them in a little butter to get them nice and warm, and then you can use it for a savory topping for whatever you want. Honestly, I'm gonna throw mine on some grits. You can throw it in some pasta, on your favorite grilled sandwich. The sky is the limit. So I didn't think it was possible for me to be more excited about stuffed mushrooms, but I was wrong, because I am. These mushroom top grits are about to be my go-to breakfast every single day. It's so simple. Literally just chopped up the mushroom and cooked it. And this is my favorite grits recipe from Delish.com, so don't forget to use that. This is amazing because those mushrooms got nice and crispy in that butter, so they have a nice little charred edge to them. Great contrast with these creamy, wonderful grits. You can throw a little Parmesan cheese on top, a little parsley, an egg if you feel like it. This is fantastic. Y'all, I really, really hope that you try this recipe for stuffed mushrooms and that you save a little bit for leftovers so you can try this recipe for stuffed mushroom and grits. And also, if you need more sides, appetizers, mains, whatever, head on over to Delish.com. We've got everything you need all season long. If you want this grits recipe, right here, baby.